Well, the latest tensions have been sparked, Julie, after the Treasurer blocked a bid by a Chinese state-owned company to purchase a construction giant in Australia called Probuild. It was a $300 million takeover bid that privately behind the scenes Josh Frydenberg had indicated to the company that it was going to be blocked on national security grounds. It was then that the Chinese company decided to withdraw that bid. Sky News understands the reasons behind this decision were the government had concerns about the ability for Chinese intelligence agencies to gain access to Australia's critical infrastructure. That's because Probuild had been involved in the construction of the Victorian Police headquarters, but also the headquarters of that biotech giant CSL. There's been strong pushback, though, today from China.
This
is the latest example that the Australian government politicises trade and investment issues, breaches the principles of the market economy and the spirit of the China-Australia Free Trade Agreement, and discriminates against Chinese firms. Australia's act disrupts the good development momentum of China-Australia cooperation, as well as damages its image and reputation.
It seems pretty clear that any potential for a fresh start, a reset in the rocky relationship with Beijing have all but ended already. That's because following what we saw last year, this campaign of coercion, as it was called, on a whole series of Australian exports. The Labor Party, though, providing bipartisan cover today for the government's decision to block this bid. Ed Husic, the Shadow Agriculture Minister, arguing, though, that the government needs to be careful and tread carefully when it comes to blocking these sort of deals to make sure China is aware of the reasons behind this.
It's not surprising, but again, we need to think through the way in which these things are done. And to ensure that there's very little room for people to suggest that anything other than national interest drove our decision-making.
It appears the Morrison government has decided not to take the bait and respond in any way to these provocative comments out of Beijing. We're awaiting to hear if the Trade Minister will provide a statement, but the Treasurer's office only referring to what he said yesterday, that he won't comment on the individual cases before the Foreign Investment Review Board, Julie.